Kevin Prevo, Bloomfield, Iowa, fifth generation farmer. I farm here with my two brothers and my dad. We're on our home place here, which is a Century Farm in 2016. We've got 150 beef cows. We will graze them on our cover crop acres, so our crop acres, which is at 950 acres. Whether it's corn stalks, whether it's bean stubble, we've got fall cover crops there, or this mix that's after rye, we will graze it. Like I say, we try to graze, from the 1st of November when we get done with harvest until the 1st of March when we start calving. So in an ideal world, we would graze all those days. What we're looking at here is this is where we had rye that we harvested for seed, for cover crop seed. And then we planted I call it a 15-way mix. There's a lot of different things out here. We planted this like late August after we combined the rye and baled the straw. There's sudangrass, turnips, radishes, millet, sunflowers, buckwheat. We put about 40 pounds of cereal rye. There's sun hemp out here, there's winter peas, there's crimson clover, there's hairy vetch. The buckwheat usually starts really early, and then it kind of dies. The cows don't get much grazing out of it. Oh, like here's a turnip or a radish that grew that they haven't ate yet. Pretty good sized turnip. So there's all those different types of things in this mix. This was rye that we harvested. We baled the straw. We'll put about 1,000 gallons of hog manure on to give this cover crop a boost. If you don't put some fertilizer, the sudangrass is, basically a corn. It will be pretty yellow if you don't give it a little bit of fertilizer. So we usually knife in about 1,000 gallons of hog manure after we bale the straw, and then plant this, into August. This field will go back to beans, is what it will go back to. When we're planting rye as a harvestable crop, it is replacing corn in our rotation. So we're a corn rye and soybean rotation. That's why we like the rye. We added the rye into this mix. So in the spring we have a rye cover crop. We'll plant beans into it. We'll plant green into standing rye in the spring. But we've actually got cows out here right now. They've kind of worked through this area a little bit. We like to save it a little bit later in the year, into the winter, to graze this mix, but we didn't have much fall cover crop growth, so we've had to graze it a little earlier than normal. It's been a dry fall, so usually we try to graze our wheat cover crop that's going to corn next year. Our corn stalks, our fall corn stalks would have cereal rye growing in them. That fall growth has been pretty limited until basically the last couple weeks. So we've grazed those acres. They just didn't get many days out of that. So we try to graze this. Ideally, we'd like to graze this in January and February. They'll eat this even if it snows. It really can't snow it under. So we'll be able to get, instead of feeding hay in January and February, we let them eat a mix like this. We try not to feed any hay until the 1st of March when we start having baby calves. So we'll get them up to the calving barn 1st of March, and then we feed hay there. So as far as hay savings, when we get these 150 cows in to start calving, it takes 5 bales a day in the spring when they're basically in a lot. So any day they're out grazing, that's basically 5 bales of hay we don't have to feed.